Welcome, friends, to the Gaijin Animation Appreciation Hour with your hosts, Sig Bisley and Colt Mauser. Before we get started, please be sure to like this video and subscribe for more content just like this. Now, let the animation appreciation commence.
It's a new season. Summer is over.
I know. I've failed. I've shamed my family by not seeing any of it yet. So it's all on you this time.
Oh, you missed absolutely nothing. Summer was a trash season. I mean, they always do that. Even American TV does that. They don't put out anything good in the summer.
Yeah.
Your asses are supposed to be outside playing with your Transformers.
Sounds like fun.
It was. Anyway, so we're going to do that. We're going to go over last season, which sucked. I don't have much good to say.
Yeah, we'll talk about the new season.
I watched everything that's out at the time of this recording. I watched every goddamn show, so you don't have to. I'm going to tell you what's good. I'm going to tell you what I think is good.
And I don't have to either.
But there's enough good shit where even if I'm wrong a couple times, solid gold. Anyway, and then we're going to talk about Princess Mononoke.
Yeah, because Princess Mononoke is fucking awesome.
Which is going to be a lot of me, I don't know, giving it a tongue bath because it's the greatest thing ever made.
This side of Castle Cagliostro.
Word. Getting that Miyazaki train.
Hell yeah.
But before we do any of that, you know what time it is. Duh news.
Yeah, man, duh news. So, first thing I got here is, I was wondering about this, and this is the first I've seen of it, so shame on me for not keeping up, but
For shame.
new season of Legend of Galactic Heroes. Deities.
Oh, when?
Coming out. In the spring. Yeah. So
That's awesome because I was hoping they weren't going to just like give me.
I don't know when the season will premiere. So that, like they did with the other seasons, they actually do them as movies in the theaters in Japan.
Yeah,
Those are going to be in.
they
the
do that with like
spring.
everything. It's weird.
So I'm assuming it might be summer for the actual anime.
I'm fine with that.
But
as long
regardless,
as I get
next year we're getting it. That's cool.
Something to look forward
I know a lot
to.
of people really, I'm not going to start a fight over the old one, the new one, all this stuff. I get it. It'll be nice to have an alternative. If they can actually finish it out and do the whole thing, hey, now you got two great adaptations to watch.
I like the old one too. It's just this one is new and clean, and
Yeah.
they
And they're
might-
not
and
exactly
they
the same.
Might actually finish it. So
Yeah.
who knows?
So we'll see. We'll see. And it's not like I can buy the old one anymore because they haven't put out a regular fucking release yet. Get on that, will you?
That's true.
Only the super fancy special hyper mega release.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of money,
No, it's not
especially
even
for
available anymore.
something that isn't complete. So
Well, the old one is complete. It's everything.
is it?
Yeah, it's everything. They finished it.
Fair enough.
Took them forever, but they finished it. Anyway, moving on. We talked last week, I believe, about Dirty Pair
Hell
coming
yeah.
back, and they were crowdfunding a new dub. And apparently they're going to get out of retirement. Pamela Lauer is going to come back,
That's hilarious.
do the dub. So that's kind of cool, And Jessica Calvello will also be back. So they're getting the gang back together.
That's awesome.
So that's cool. So I mean, like I said last time, it's not, I'm indifferent towards the dub, but it's cool that they're actually like they give a shit about it. I like that.
I have fond memories of the dub.
Yeah, there's too many years like dubs were bad, and then they were like really, really good for a while, and then it was like unless it was AAA, it was terrible. Like there was a time there where they really dropped off.
Yeah, like in the beginning, dubs were comical. Then
Yes.
they were like, they got really, really good, like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, in the era where like Cowboy Bebop has a better dub than the original.
The problem was, it was when ADV got bought up, because like, whoever they used actually was really good. And then whoever
Yeah, I think they-
Funimation used was like, man.
They had the Ocean Group. The
Yeah, I
Ocean
think
Group
it was
did a ton of
Ocean Group was
stuff.
really good.
Did like the original Gundam dub
Yep.
and like the Inuyasha dub, which was really good.
I remember
so.
there was a heyday, and then it kind of like, man.
Yeah, it kind of petered off. Not that there weren't still good ones in there, but regardless, if dubs are your thing, and I can understand why they are, this is good news.
I like a good dub when I'm drinking, and my eyes are
I
too
concur.
old and crusty.
Hey, we watched Mononoke
Shit.
in dub form.
Mononoke is a really good dub, though. I
It
mean, that's
is.
like a Disney dub.
Yeah, it's really high
Back
level.
before Disney was a trash fire.
It's got Billy Bob, man.
It
Gillian
does have
Anderson.
Bob. So jarring, that character, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Anyway,
We'll get to it.
moving on. Some more news here. Gundam Hathaway earning all the bucks, man. It's earning mad yen, yo.
It should,
Mad
goddammit.
yen.
It's fucking magnificent.
Which is good. So Mobile Suit Gundam 3 Encounters in Space still has the record with 2.3 billion yen, but Hathaway's catching up, 2.2 billion. Now, I don't know if that 2.3 billion is adjusted, right, for time.
Yeah.
So it could be one of those situations where, yeah, this might surpass it, but it's not really making more money. But
True.
It's making good money, man. It's good to see because, it'll encourage them to do more UC stuff.
Yeah, Gundam's been in kind of a slump the last.
Well, I
10
mean, there wasn't
years.
really. They were doing fine with Build Fighters. If you're into that kind of thing, I mean, people loved it, and it was.
Oh yeah,
it was
God.
doing quite well,
Did, like,
right?
A million seasons.
Yeah, I
all
mean,
this shit.
But if you wanted like an actual Gundam show, I mean, there hasn't been another show since IBO.
I'm old and I want UC. God damn it.
Yeah, exactly, and it's good to see that it's starting to really be revived again, which is nice.
Brings me joy to my old man heart.
Anyway, switching over to Miyazaki music again, kind of. I hope you like Giant Totoro, because boy, is there a Giant Totoro balloon now at the Ghibli Museum.
That's awesome.
It is over 5 meters tall.
Holy shit.
It's a big freaking Totoro.
I don't think you buy that at Home Depot.
No, yeah, it's not your, inflatable Frosty the Snowman for the front lawn.
Right.
Although a giant inflatable Totoro would be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty metal. I'd buy one.
So yeah, I mean that's at their museum. So if you're anywhere in the area and you want to go check it out, sure, go check it out. I mean, I would if I were near there.
Next time I'm in the area.
Pretty neat. Yeah. Anyway, just a little interesting bit of news there. Let's see. So on news that nobody's going to give a shit about, Crunchyroll debuted some, animation reels for their new stuff like High Guardian Spice,
God.
which is absolute dumpster trash.
It's pretty bad.
Just what I want, an original anime that looks like your average CalArts garbage.
Yep.
No. And I'm not shitting on all CalArts stuff, because when it first started out, I had no problem with it. Adventure Time's a good show, goddammit, and I'll stick by that.
Oh, yeah. They did a lot of good stuff back in the day.
But
now it's like everything.
this horrible trash. Ugh. Oh, God, I'm looking at the picture and it's giving me eye cancer.
Nothing's worse than that fucking Aquaman abomination.
Oh,
That is like
it's
some
really
of the
bad.
ugliest fucking animation I've ever seen.
So, if you're, go check that out if you're insane or want to go insane. Or,
If you want to just be sad. in
or
general.
if you want to be sad. Or if you want to laugh at it, maybe.
My
check it
day
out.
was too good.
Apparently,
I need to get sad.
High Garden Spice is actually going to premiere, so we'll be sure to laugh at it when it premieres. We'll torture ourselves for your
I guess they
amusement.
have to bother because they paid money for it, but like, why bother at this point?
I'm surprised they didn't just sneak it out and tell nobody about it.
It's been a joke for like 2 years.
It's
come on.
so bad.
It took
so
an
bad.
amazingly long amount of time to make too, because they've been talking shit about it
I
forever.
think they've had it made for a while, and they just
Realized it was crap.
shuffled it under the refrigerator for long enough until they just couldn't.
I think it was
wait.
after the fuck was that show that Sci-Fi did, like Super Friendship Squad or some shit. There was just such an unmitigated disaster. Now they're scared to like release anything.
Garbage. Guys,
That shit was never going over.
you have to hire writers that aren't fucking dumb.
Apparently, that writer had done nothing. Like literally
Yeah,
nothing.
this has been the problem. This has been the secret problem. People want to complain about woke
no,
and all this
literally,
other
I'm
stuff.
Not kidding. Like
No,
just a writer that
no,
never did anything before.
Fucking Disney does it with Marvel movies, for fuck's sake. They're like, wow, this person directed one tiny indie film. Let's give them a freaking, a movie that's supposed to make $1 billion.
franchise.
Like, what is wrong with you? No shit, it didn't work. Like, not everybody's Edgar fucking Wright. Like, you can't just do that. Or Taika Waititi. Like, some people are actually talented enough and can pull it off. But
Yeah, but like Taika did a bunch of movies before that. It's like he was like, I've never
bigger than
directed a
that.
film
But
before,
regardless, that was still a leap, right? But
Now they're just like, you over there working at Starbucks.
his stuff was but his stuff was genre stuff, similar in vein, right? And it was successful in that genre. Whereas they keep picking these like art house directors. It's like no.
It's not the same thing.
It's not
You have
gonna
no
work.
idea what you're doing.
Whatever. We're not going to talk about the dumpster fire that is Disney. They'll send
I don't care.
They'll send the mouse here to shank us.
I just don't care anymore.
All right, let's talk about something better. So Odd Taxi had a Blu-ray pre-order campaign,
Nice.
and it sold 20 times the minimum amount,
That's awesome.
which is awesome.
That was a good show.
And I bring this all up just because,
I want more of that.
and this is in Japan, obviously. It'll come out over here eventually, and we won't have the same thing. But although they did expand the campaign to overseas customers, I'm assuming it's going to get licensed and come out over here. So, it'll be out worldwide, I'm sure, and normal release eventually. But I bring it up because it's an awesome fucking show. watch Odd Taxi.
I want more of that. Not necessarily Odd Taxi, but just shit like that.
Yeah, I don't need a
So
sequel to it
good.
at all. Exactly. I just need more stuff that's innovative and interesting. And, you know, it doesn't all have to be good, but it has to be, I don't know, genuine? Is that the word I'm looking for? Someone who's actually trying to tell a story.
Yeah, instead of like, you know,
Trying to push an
crap.
agenda.
As much as I love anime, every season there's probably 50% just like template shows, just like cut and paste garbage, like, you know, take the hair off that body and put different hair on, and it's a lady now.
Yeah.
See Destiny, I'm making fun of you.
Yeah, don't get me going on those character designs for Seed and Seed Destiny. We'll get there eventually when we start our series on all things Gundam non-UC, which we will get to.
That's gonna be a lot of stinkers, man.
There's
some gems in there.
There's some gems in there, and there's a lot of disparate tastes. But anyway, moving on. So apparently they're going to have a crowdfunding campaign for a Cowboy Bebop tabletop RPG, which
it's a cool universe, I guess.
It's a cool universe.
It's not that unique, though.
Yeah, I could see the. I mean, they should probably just do a supplement for like Savage Worlds or something, right? Like that's
I don't think
that would seem like the better thing to do instead of trying to develop it from scratch. But it's being done by Don't Panic Games, who I've never heard of, and Mana Project Studio. I don't know any of these people. Like I don't. It doesn't give me a lot of warm and fuzzies that it's going to be any good. But
annoying, like fake nerds have left such a bad taste in my mouth for like all RPGs.
It's tough.
I need a couple of years to
But
just let it cool off.
It could be a cool companion book. Even if you don't want to play the game, it could end up as a cool companion book to the universe and have a lot of stuff in it that you can't find as easily elsewhere, right? So hopefully they don't make up too much crap and it's really from, you know, Sunrise at least, but
yeah.
We'll see.
Except Call of Cthulhu, that's always good.
Call of Cthulhu is not always... Well, Call of Cthulhu, the game, is always good, but everything Cthulhu related is not good.
I don't think you meant about that. RPGs.
Yeah, fair. Well, there's like 18 million Cthulhu RPGs because that shit's, you know, public domain.
No, I mean the Call of Cthulhu. Like
the original. OG. Agreed.
Excellent game.
I only waited like 5 years for that fucking Kickstarter.
And they sent you a fucked up one, and then they sent you another one, so I got a free fucked up book.
That's correct.
And it's not really fucked up.
They did make it right in the end.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, they did make it right in the end, so I have no ill will towards Chaosium on that one.
I think they didn't think it was going to be as big.
They
as it was,
they just didn't.
That was back in the early days of Kickstarter, where everybody's like, "Oh shit, now we got to send out books,"
and it blew up. Oh man, it blew up.
That's a nice book too.
It is a nice book. Anyway, play Call of Cthulhu. If you
want
a tabletop game, play Call of Cthulhu.
It's great. It's great for one-offs with your friends.
Fantastic game. All right, so in Pimp My Ride related news, I hope you like RPGs in your RPGs. I put your Isekai RPG and MMO RPG inside of your actual RPG just for you. Because you can get a Sword Art Online DLC pack for Tales of Arise.
This is an Isekai turducken.
Pretty much. So you could get Sword Art Online related stuff for Tales of Arise. So the latest Tales game, the many Tales games. I played Tales of the Abyss, but I never beat it. I think the last one I finished was Tales of Vesperia, which was awesome. Tales of Vesperia, there's one scene that will always stick by me where the main character just like shanks a guy in the night because he's the worst dick and like tosses him over a bridge. He's like, I'm done with you. I got time for you.
I've had enough.
Anyway, I've always had fun with the Tales games. They're always good. I did not finish the last one because it was bad. I didn't finish it. It happens. The new one I've heard good things about. But if you're a Sword Art Online fan and you got Tales, get it. If it entices you, hey, try a freaking Tales game. If you like Japanese RPGs, Tales games are pretty good. And now there's some Sword Art Online stuff for it, so you can again have an RPG in your RPG while you RPG.
Sure.
About 5 people will get the Pimp My Ride reference, but it's all right.
You gotta be pretty old. It's been off the air for a while.
Even the memes have worn out. I'm gonna bring it back. X to the Z, man. Bringing it back.
Yeah, because it needs work.
All right, and in the best news of the day,
like flee the country because he owed taxes or something.
Oh,
pretty sure
everybody owes taxes.
He's hanging out in like Holland or something.
He's hanging out with freaking Wesley Snipes and Willie Nelson, I'm sure.
In jail.
So, the best news of the day.
Do tell.
Japan's publishing a manga that is an outdoor survival tip manual with your boy Duke Togo teaching you how to survive outside.
Oh my God, I want it.
I know.
They better send it over here. I'm going to be pissed.
It's a camping manual. Go Camp.
Oh my God.
I want it translated. Like, how do we get a Kickstarter, a freaking Indiegogo? Let's get this thing done.
My cousin is not employed right now.
There you go.
I mean, she's home with the kids. She could easily translate a camping manga for us.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Regardless, it sounds amazing and hilarious. Duke Togo teaching you outdoor tips. This picture I'm looking at right now is fantastic. Like it's all you need to know. It's a kid marveling at Duke Togo's majesty as he, I don't know, jumps out of the water somewhere. Don't worry about it. Duke Togo is going to hook you up. He's going to teach you how to kill motherfuckers, fuck bitches, and camp, apparently. So that's what he does.
That's the third thing he does.
That is apparently the third thing he does.
It probably comes up. Some field craft.
Yeah.
When you're sniping people.
Why not?
For like 8 miles away through a building.
Why not? Anyway, I can't top that, so that's the news for today.
That's it. Okay, let's get into it. Last season, kind of a stinker.
Yeah, I didn't watch a lot of it because it was such of a stinker.
Okay, we'll go in reverse order. No, I'm going to go in no order because I don't care. Nighthead 2041.
We'll leave Get a Robo for last, but
Nighthead 2041.
Yes. I watched at least a couple episodes.
I was seduced by potential cyberpunk, but it was just the main characters were annoying. The animation was bad.
It had an interesting concept.
Yeah, the story never really got that good.
It had an interesting concept. I always liked the mix of like supernatural and technology.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just
the animation was killing me.
It was mediocre as fuck.
It was that 3D animation that's just not. It's look in another couple years, or with the right now if you spend enough money. But for like TV anime, it's still a couple years off.
They're using a ton of it now, and it's like
you can use it for cars and mecha, and I can live with that. But like when you start using it for humans, it just it looks so bad. It looks so. I see video games that look better, man. Like with that same style. So it's just.
It is what it is. Anyway.
So don't watch it. Don't watch Nighthead.
Yeah, don't bother. I mean, do it if you want. I'm not suggesting you do it. What was next?
I don't know.
Oh,
Idaten Deities?
Yeah, the Idaten Deities No Only Piece. This was like the bummer of the season.
Yeah, because it started off hype.
It looked like it had so much potential.
Love the style.
Fucking disaster. It was basically a 6-episode series. They limped it along to 11, and then they left it like in the middle. They just let it. Episode 11, it just ended, and they're like, second season, and I don't care.
Hot take, it's kind of like Kill la Kill, where they just stretched it more than they should have.
Oh, God, yes.
I mean, Kill la Kill is probably 100 times better executed, but...
basically what happened is, like, writing gods is hard because they're
no shit
infinitely powerful. So basically, they made the
Dragon Ball Z problem.
Like, they're overpowered, so they made them kind of dumb and, like, lethargic because they hadn't had to fight anyone in so long.
I remember that.
But then... the demons do their thing and they immediately wipe them out because they're hyper overpowered. Like they did nothing to like kind of bring that like. But anyway, so the only way and the whole thing's wrapped up after like episode 6 or something, and then it's like they introduce this character that's basically the most Mary Sue MacGuffin fucking ever.
Wow,
like,
that's saying something.
Like, her job is fan service and plot device. She does nothing else.
More than your boy Kirito?
Oh, man. No, this is plot device on another level.
Wow.
She basically just like, I am the fucking strategery master, and I could, like, figure out everyone's, like...
More than Ray?
Yes.
Oh, more than that asshole from, was that Majestic Prince or the other one?
No, it's the other one.
You know the guy I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what
I am the ultimate tactician. I know everything. Anyway.
More annoying than him.
Wow, that's hard to do.
I don't know if it's like more
That guy was the
ridiculous,
fucking worst.
But more.
I can't remember the name of the show. I blocked it out because it was so terrible.
I like the show besides that, honestly.
Besides that and that one horrible, like,
cool mech design.
psycho chick.
Yeah.
Who was like the worst manipulator.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, This chick, like, basically can figure out everyone's, like, shit 10 million steps ahead. And, I don't know, somehow she fucks the gods over, and, like, the demons are winning at the end of the season. It's just such fucking bad writing. And to the point where it was annoying. It's anime. I can, like, let a ton of shit slide.
Yeah.
Like, I do it every day. It's not that big a deal, but this was just annoying. And they dragged it out. Like, so many episodes were, like, so boring.
There's no
like,
need to
nothing
compromise.
happened.
There is so many
And-
piles of anime. There's no need to compromise.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't even bother. But what the fuck was the other thing? Oh, and there were a ton of cool characters that they're just like, we're going to ignore them. And just focus on, like, the annoying ones. I don't know. I did not like it.
That seems foolish.
It was pretty annoying.
So, Idaten Deities, not a recommend. Do not watch.
And it's a bummer, too, because I really had high
It's
hopes
got
for
cool
it.
style.
It was such a cool idea. And from the first episode, you're like, oh, yeah, they're going to be fighting kaiju or demons
maybe-
or fucking whatever. They don't fight shit.
Not that we're going to watch it, but maybe hold final judgment until the second season's out. Maybe they'll redeem themselves and someone will watch it.
I
and
will
like
force
it, but-
myself to watch the second season just so I can know.
Yeah.
But it was really kind of a waste. Anyway, third one would be...
Realist Hero.
Yes, a realist hero.
Rebuilt the Kingdom.
Rebuild the kingdom. I
Yep.
was going to save the kingdom. Like, whatever.
I don't
Anyway,
know. Like you said, isekai shows have names that are way too
there was
fucking
like
long.
40 isekai shows last season. I picked the one I liked the most, and I picked wisely because it was pretty good.
I love the concept.
I love the nuts and bolts of it. And he's like, the whole end, like, you know, end arc is him trying to, like, you know, make peace treaties with other fucking kingdoms and all. It's just so nuts and bolts. I don't know. Bureaucracy is fascinating sometimes.
Yeah.
And it was written
It's
well.
an interesting way to go about it.
Yeah, written well. Characters were all really good. I mean, it was just like a good, fun anime.
mean,
like, it wasn't too deep.
Standard isekai, like, you know, I can watch freaking Shield Hero. I can watch, you know,
Oh, you watch fucking anything.
Sword
Everything's
Art
isekai.
Online, like whatever. Yeah, like it's everywhere.
But anyway, that was a recommend. And they set up for a second season. Will they do a second season? I have no idea.
Yeah, I
but
think I don't know if it's manga or light novels. I think it's light
They're
novels.
all
So
light novels now.
Yeah,
Isekai equals a light novel.
pretty much seems to be the thing.
But anyway, yeah, that's a recommend. I would definitely watch that. It was fun.
Yeah, check it out. Unless you're really against isekai, then obviously don't.
No, it was good. It was good stock Isekai with a little twist. And you got to have a twist now because they've done so many of them.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But
It's like all the tournament shows back in the day.
and then get a Robo.
Get a Robo arc.
I mean, I'll recommend the living shit out of it because it was fantastic.
I'll recommend you watch everything Get a Robo related.
It was Ishikawa's like last.
Ken Ishikawa, who took up, so he like basically did all the manga after, you know, Go to Guy did the original, but then, you know, he didn't really touch it too much.
Yeah.
And Ken Ishikawa did this awesome manga run, which, you know, Get a Robo Armageddon is based on, Get a Robo Go. Get a Robo Go. Was it Go? That was the one. No. That was the one with frickin' Texas Mac, man.
Oh, this is Shin Getter versus Neo Getter.
That might have been Shin Getter or Neo Getter. Regardless, there were a bunch of new ones that
There's
were based
so
on
many
that.
of them.
There's a lot of them, right? And
Anyway, this was like based on the last stuff he wrote before he died.
yeah, so it doesn't have a real wrap-up ending, but Get a Robo does that to you a lot,
It
so you get
never
used to it.
does.
Like, there's a lot of like not real endings with Get a Robo. There's a lot of cool stuff in it.
If you like Get a Robo, it was fantastic. If you don't, I can't help you because you have to know about
I
Get a
wouldn't
Robo to
recommend
enjoy it.
you start your Get a Robo journey with it. I would say watch Get a Robo Armageddon, which we haven't
yes.
reviewed, but just watch Get a Robo Armageddon. Or New Get a Robo. I would say Armageddon.
That's like the beginning of the modern Get a Robo show.
Yeah, that's what you'd want to check out first, or Shin Getter, Neo Getter. But I would say Get a Robo Go. Was that the original? God damn it! See, it's all stuck in my
I
brain.
think Shin Getter versus Neo Getter had the most hilarious Texas Mac, where he
Oh,
had
the best
like,
Texas Mac.
He had like a bunch of guns hidden under the White House lawn.
Yes, yes, he did.
That was one where he's like, Japanese, a mountain monkey.
He's got the best English ever.
The best racist
Ever.
English.
Oh, it's so terrible, but it's so hilarious.
No, that's a good
How
one.
could you not love it?
Regardless, I can't recommend it enough, but I recommend that you go back and just get into Get a Robo because it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, agreed. Arc is cool. I like Arc. It's a good show, but to watch it like out of the blue, it'll be a little weird.
And you'll
Like,
have no idea what's going on.
watch Armageddon first, and then it'll make a hell of a lot more sense. Even if you just watch Armageddon and then went to this, it would make a hell of a lot more sense.
Right.
Because there's a lot of callbacks. So.
Oh, definitely.
It's not going to line up exactly. Like,
Armageddon is not a direct adaptation of Ishikawa stuff.
There's a lot of weird interdimensional time travel horseshit.
It's get a Robo, man. That's what they do.
Like, nothing's off the table.
But it's Uncle Go, man. It's good stuff.
It is good stuff.
Check
Just
it
get
out.
the Go Nagai, period. He's got a lot of good stuff. And a lot of like modern directors have done Go Nagai stuff.
Hey, Devilman Crybaby was good.
Yeah,
I don't care what he says.
right?
That was good. That was straight up Devilman, as it should
that
be.
was like perfect Go Nagai. So
Much
if you
better
like
than that
you like
abortion that is the end of Devilman Lady.
Ugh.
Which otherwise was good, but that end.
I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, don't watch that.
Anyway, so that was last season. Mostly crap. And
Yeah, it was a slow season. There wasn't much.
But
Nothing was
now
coming back.
fall and winter always the best.
This season's overstuffed.
Always the best.
Overstuffed.
So much good stuff this season. Anyway, so Izakai's way down. Like I think, like
It had to be because they dropped every Isekai show in existence
it's been
last
so
season.
many seasons though. I think like Izakai's icy grip is finally loosening up.
Is Shield Hero back this season?
I don't know. Not yet.
No, I don't know. It's either this season or next season.
Yeah, I know. I forgot to look it up. I'm just going over what came up, so whatever new stuff was out. But anyway, and Izakai's down. Mecha shows up.
And we were just bitching
Way
about that,
up.
how mecha shows like didn't exist.
They're up like 200% from last season because
Good.
there's like 2. But anyway, so we'll start with this one isn't my normal jam, but it caught my eye just because it's the super wacky premise and the animation looked good. So Arena the Vampire Cosmonaut. This one's wacky. It's basically kind of alternate history, more or less.
That one I watched with you.
Yeah, there's like 2 empires on Earth, and it's set in like the 60s.
Yeah.
So basically,
it's basically Russia and the U.S., but
yeah, it's like fake
different.
Soviet Union empire and then fake UK, US, like, allied powers empire. And it's the space race. And fake Soviet Union is winning because they did that for a while. And then, UK, whatever, empire is trying to catch up. So fake Soviet Union is like, we're going to dunk on all these motherfuckers, and we're going to send a human into space, and we're going to do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
yeah. Which, if you know anything about the history of the Soviet space program, you knew that it's probably not a good idea.
Like, the premier said this, and then all the, fucking Russian space agency flunkies are like, we can't do that because we blow shit up all the time. So their amazing idea is that they're going to put a vampire into space. Because there's vampires for some
Because
fucking
vampires
reason.
are just second-class citizens in this.
Vampires are basically gypsies.
Yeah, they're not really vampires. It's like a code for, like you said, like gypsies or who knows, some
second-class citizens.
some
they basically
subhuman,
have vampire
yeah.
teeth and pointy ears, but they don't drink blood as far... Like, they explain all this shit in the first episode. They don't drink blood. They kind of get sunburns. But, I mean, they live in Siberia, so of course they get sunburns. They eat people food. It's very not
don't
vampires.
question it. It's just weird.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not even that important to the plot, really. Like, it could have been gypsies, because it's just like... They're basically not thought of as humans... So it's like if they put one into space, it explodes.
So they're kulaks?
Yes, exactly.
Right.
But so if they put one into space and they fuck up and it explodes, they could be like, that was just a test with a vampire. Like no humans were harmed in the filming of this test.
Yeah.
But if they succeed, they could basically just pretend it's a human because if you cover up
You look
the
human
fucking
enough,
ears,
yeah.
Like anyway, so they capture this chick vampire, classic adorable girl vampire. And the main character is this cosmonaut trainee that they allude to the fact that he fucks something up so horrendously that they'll never allow him to go into space. But he's really good, like technically, like he scores high and all this shit.
Yeah.
So they basically force him to train the vampire chick to go into space. I assume romance is going to ensue because that seems like the vibe I was getting from the
Probably.
first episode. But it's animated really
Could turn
nice.
into a harem show. You don't know. It's anime.
Yeah, right. Oh, and there's like a lolly scientist. Everybody, you gotta have a lolly scientist.
Yep.
Anyway, I recommend it. Like animation's really good.
I like the episode I watched.
The first episode was good.
Yeah.
So I'm intrigued. I want to watch more. I'll definitely. hammer
That
out
one
the
looked
second
good.
Episode.
It was already better than everything last season that wasn't Get a Robo arc. So.
Yeah. I'm not usually a romance guy, but hey, I'll give it a chance. Next one is Myruko-chan. This is like stock supernatural horror. It's like a chick who sees. I mean, there's been 1,000 of these.
Is it as good as Mob Psycho?
That's
That's a high bar. Is it as good
First
as,
episode, definitely not.
is it as good as like Jujutsu Kaisen? That's also a somewhat
Come
high bar.
on, you're getting into.
I know, but those are all the ones I know. Is it as good as Yu Yu Hakusho? Wait, no, God damn it. That's a good. I suppose what I'm getting at is that's a good formula because all the shows I just mentioned are good.
It's a good genre.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a genre that's been lacking the last few seasons.
Yeah, they don't. Well, you had Jujutsu Kaisen, you had Mob Psycho, but you're not wrong.
Anyway, out of the first episode, I basically get that this chick can see ghosts.
Is it 3D digital anime?
No,
Good.
it's actually decent animation. And she like keeps they keep asking her. They're all like super freaky looking, and they just show up and they ask her if she could see them, and she basically pretends she can't because she knows the minute she says she could see them, they're just gonna haunt the shit out of her. And
I could see that being a problem.
That was basically the first episode.
Is this some sort of allegory for simps?
Right. Don't see.
Just throwing it out there.
At any rate, not the greatest thing I've seen this season, but
Okay.
I'll definitely check out.
That's a lukewarm. Hey, maybe if that's your genre, check it out.
Yeah, I'll definitely. It was entertaining enough where I'll definitely check out the second episode. So, and I didn't feel like my time was wasted.
Yeah,
Let's put it
there you
that
go.
way. So entertaining
All
enough.
right, what else we got?
Let's see. Hige Monogatari, or the story of Hige.
Okay,
It's basically
it's not an actual Monogatari, right?
no.
Okay,
Monogatari just means story.
I know, but just throwing it out there, it's not a Nisio Isin like.
No. This is like a wacky historical drama. It's not really wacky. It's wacky in the sense that it's like an actual historical drama. Like it's about the Hike clan.
Yep.
That's like a huge, powerful clan in, like feudal Japan.
Yep.
And they're all,
What period are we talking about? Warring States or?
Yeah. They're like kissing the emperor's ass. And like, it's
Okay.
basically just like what you'd expect. There's a lot of backstabbing. A lot of people, like their clan's too
A lot
powerful.
of intrigue.
Yeah, their clan's too powerful. So all these like people are trying to take them down. And
Got any magic powers? What we got here?
No, it's like basic historical drama so
Okay,
far.
that's
Zero
cool.
magic powers.
Crazy ninja bullshit?
Oh, of course, there's
All right.
samurai.
All right, that's what I'm
Well, I
talking
mean,
about.
there's samurai battles.
Of course. It's
But
gotta
I mean,
be.
I only watched one episode, so
That sounds
it's
cool.
done in like kind of a cool style
I'd
too.
check that out.
It's
yeah.
very like soft color palette with like
Okay.
almost like watercolory.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I do know
Very
what you
interesting though. I'm definitely gonna check it out because like I love that shit. All that.
mean. Yeah, that sounds
samurai.
intriguing. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, it's very
Sounds good to me.
it's very documentary style almost.
It's up my alley. Hey, I know people shit all over it, but I watched that that Warring States drama / documentary that Netflix did. And that was good.
I don't know. I know all the basics of it, but I didn't know enough to neckbeard it, so I didn't
yeah,
care.
look, it may have been highly inaccurate, but it entertained the shit out of me. So.
Yeah, like I don't give a fuck. Whatever. They're arguing about fucking what's his face's hair length and shit. I'm
No.
like, fuck off. Nerds, go back to your dungeons. Anyway, so that's definitely a thumbs up.
All right.
I would
What
watch
show is that again?
Hike Monogatari.
All right. He came on a guitar. Check that
Or
out.
the story of Hike,
Yeah.
if you want the English translation. Next one, Kyokai Senki. Fucking mecha robot anime.
Oh my God. My
And
dick
it's
can only
like
get so hard.
traditional. Like this is it's a weird setup.
Super robot, real robot.
Real
talking about
robot.
here?
Very
All right.
real robot.
Okay. Die guard real?
Not that
No,
one.
that's ridiculous, right?
But
Okay.
anyway,
How much red tape is there?
it's weird because
Not
it's
enough?
basically it's kind of interesting because they definitely saw what's been happening to Japan's economy over the last 20 years. So basically, Japan's economy completely collapses for various reasons.
So it's set in the year 2022.
Exactly. So all these other countries come in to like bail them out, but when they come in to help bail them out, humanitarian aid, blah, 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 they set up shop and they start carving out chunks of Japan.
Okay.
You know,
so it's under the U.S. and China up to their usual shenanigans.
Yes, exactly. And other, there's all these. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
It's no countries. It's just like,
I get it.
they do all fake, like, wink,
It's all
wink,
corporations
nod,
anyway.
nod.
Come on.
Yeah. But anyway, it makes no sense because who the fuck would want Japan since it has zero resources and like no strategic, like it's not in a
Hey, man,
strategic place on Earth.
Nippon is
like-
base as fuck, but yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, I can't imagine wanting it.
They're
for
not
anything.
exactly natural resource rich.
No. But anyway, beyond that point, it's pretty believable. But anyway, so you got the Japanese, like the Japanese that were already there.
Yep.
Are like basically second-class citizens. You know,
Okay.
they're like everybody's in there. Just
Sounds like some World War II feels.
Yeah,
Post World
like
War II.
exactly, like pushing them around.
Yeah.
You know, they barely get enough to eat. All this shit. So anyway, there's this one kid. His parents died in the war.
What is it like? Future? Is it?
Yeah, like near future.
Okay. Yep.
But
Do you want to make sure it's not like steampunk?
So
like or
anyway,
something?
him and his friends are basically scavenging old mechs for parts.
Okay.
You know, they're left over from the war.
Very
like,
Orgaso too.
Yeah, when everything collapsed. Yeah,
Yep.
that's kind of what it reminded me of. And then they get caught by the government. He escapes.
Fucking government.
Because, I mean, they're not even doing anything with him. They're just, like, using them to build go-karts and crap. Like, you know, just dumb shit.
Yeah, but if I were like salvaging old tanks, I mean, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they're not
I'd
taking
get
the whole
questioned,
thing.
you
They're just
know?
taking, like, computer parts and crap.
Yeah, sure.
But anyway, so the main character escapes, and he's got, like, a cache of parts he's been keeping. And while he's escaping, he finds basically an AI unit from one of them. Because, like,
dope.
most of them are autonomous.
Yep.
They're basically drones. But there was, like, wacky old ones that you could pilot.
Sure.
So, anyway, while he's escaping, he takes the AI unit. The AI unit is, like, super based and, like, saves his ass. He's like, go here, you know, do all the shit.
Right. Got it. Racist AI.
Racist AI. And then you find out that he has been, like, hiding a robot in this warehouse that he's been putting back together secretly.
See, the government was right to be suspicious of him. He's got
Yeah,
a goddamn
that's
entire
what's-
mecha.
That's what's wicked funny about it. He's like, I'm not a terrorist. Like,
I think you might be a
it's like if I
terrorist.
had like a, you know, fucking hole filled with like 50 cal machine guns and shit. Like, I'm not doing any terrorism, but
Pay no attention to my freaking F-35 over here.
yeah, my
like,
tank. Yeah, I know. Like, I suppose machine guns are a bad analogy. It would have to be like literally like a Raptor or something.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Ridiculous. My F-22 is just sitting over here waiting. Don't
I was
worry about
gonna
it.
bomb anybody. I swear to God.
No, I don't. I didn't do nothing.
Anyway, so he hides the AI in the unfinished robot because it's like the battery's about to go dead. That's
Yep.
its shtick. Because it was like praying for him to help him.
Tiny nuclear reactors, man. What's wrong with these people?
Anyway, so he hooks it up to the robot and then he goes home. And then the AI, like there's all these like fucking. It was like I think he found basically an abandoned getter base on the moon. I mean, an abandoned like robot factory.
Yeah.
So like the AI basically finishes putting it back together because he's got all the parts and shit. And he's a slow human. You know how it works.
Yeah.
We're slow. We can only put shit together so fast. But anyway, so by the time
Mech repairs itself.
the army finds him, he escapes back to the place, and you know, of course, his robot's the best.
Yeah.
Because he's got the AI.
Mecha
and he
shenanigans
pilots
ensue. I get it.
exactly.
I
The
get
same
it.
show you've
I'm
seen
already in.
1,000 times, but
I'm already
it's
in.
been like a couple years since I've seen it, so I'm excited.
I'm in. It could end stupidly, but you know,
I've watched the first two
Check it out now.
episodes. It's
I'm in.
solid.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the shit out of it.
good.
So that's a thumbs up. Super recommend.
Name that show again.
Kyokai Senki.
Kyokai Senki.
It's like
All right.
It's
We'll
like
check that out.
Am Kyokai Senki.
Yeah, whatever.
Something. Whatever.
People will find it.
I don't remember what the English
Check it out.
translation is. You'll find it. Anyway, probably the winner of this season is the next one.
Okay.
Sakugan.
Well, that isn't something returning like
I
Lupin
didn't
or
check.
whatever.
It might be Trigger Show.
Yeah.
I don't remember who did it.
I'm just throwing it out there. Like, yeah, when we do this stuff, we always try to do new shows. Like, we don't talk about like, you know,
Oh, yeah, shit that's
Lupin
coming
and
back.
some other stuff. Yeah,
You're
so-
either watching it or you're not. Anyway, this is new. Sakugan.
Demon Slayer. Like, yeah, you're gonna watch freaking Demon Slayer.
Like, if the first episode of the show was like a movie, I would have been satisfied. It had fucking everything.
Okay, that sounds
like-
like Trigger.
It's basically, for some reason, everyone lives in underground domes. They haven't explained what happened to the Earth
No,
yet.
Satellite.
I have no idea. Really?
It's not Trigger.
It had a very Trigger feel. It wasn't really stylized enough to be Trigger, though. But anyway, excellent animation. Regardless, everyone lives underground in domes, and all the domes are connected by, like, these weird labyrinths, and, like, they're filled with monsters and shit, so it's hard to get back and forth between. And there are people that explore the fucking labyrinths.
They did Aquarion and Symphogear.
Whoa. Aquarium
Right?
was hype.
And later installments of Macross. So that's probably why it looks pretty decent.
Yes.
Oh wow, Gaijin. Look at this. It's not to interrupt your flow, but man, they've done some stuff, man. Across Frontier with Studio Nui. Frontier was good, man. I like Frontier a lot.
Really good, yeah.
Some fairy tale stuff, man. All right.
Well, there you go.
Bodacious Space Pirates.
Oh, that was really good. That's one of my faves.
Muv-Luv Alternative Total Eclipse.
Oh, there's new Muv-Luv this season, too.
Yeah, we'll see. Muv-Luv is a strange franchise. Some of it's good,
really
some is terrible.
They keep pounding it out, but I don't know. Whatever.
They also worked on Across Delta, but we'll forgive them for that. That was the writing, not their problem. Regardless, they've done some cool stuff. Anyway, so I'm even more interested now. Please continue.
Anyway.
Hellsing Open
Where
Limit
was
2,
I?
by the way.
Oh, yeah, and there's basically random people who are random adventurers. They go, I forget what the fuck they're called.
Who cares? Watch the show and then you'll know.
Yeah. Anyway, they have a name. Whatever. So anyways, there's this guy, the main character guy, and his daughter. His daughter is weird 9-year-old genius that's already graduated college. You know the trope. And he's just
Ayla of the Knife, but a little older.
Yeah, he's wacky dad. And she they run a mining robot, a mech.
Yep.
That mines for, I don't know, whatever the fuck they're mining for. Some kind of red crystals.
That's what children mine for, lithium.
Some kind of red crystals. I don't know. But anyway, his daughter keeps having dreams about this place. And she has this recurring dream on and on and on.
Yep.
And she wants to go be one of those markers. That's what they're called.
She's the Quizox Haderach. Sure.
Yes,
gotcha.
exactly. She wants to be a marker because her friend and her dad are markers, and they go and they travel through the tunnels and have all kind of adventures. And so she wants to go find this place. And her dad's her dad is they make him out to be a clown, but they allude to it later that he was actually a badass marker back in the day.
Yeah.
And he knows how dangerous it is, so he doesn't want his daughter to go.
Usual trope.
Yeah, standard trope.
Yep.
But anyway, so the whole first episode is him trying to convince her that she's 9 years old and she should be fucking adventuring through fucking monster kaiju infested tunnels. But then her her friend, who's a girl but a little bit older than her, that goes out with her dad, is just no, we're a team now, we're gonna do it. And the dad, that chick's dad, knows that the main character dude used to be a marker, and he knows why she doesn't want her to go, but
yeah,
he thinks he should just let her go.
Classic call to adventure.
Blah blah blah. Yeah,
I'm in.
So anyway, as they're sussing all this shit out, a fucking kaiju busts through the top of the dome.
I'm double in
and attacks.
Yeah.
And so when the two
Mecha Soldiers of Fortune and kaiju, got you.
Yes,
I'm in.
And oh man, it gets brutal. I won't spoil the end, but man, they do not mind fucking smearing people.
Good.
Anyway, it had everything you want out of an anime. I can't wait for the next episode. I give it a fucking A++. If it continues on that trajectory, which I don't know how it could, because it was a fucking fantastic episode. Like I said, if it was a movie, I would have been satisfied.
Listen, there'll be a friggin' Mac sneaks around in frickin' a trench coat episode eventually.
Right. But anyway, that's a super highly recommended.
Name that one again.
Sakugen.
A Satellite, who's apparently done a ton of awesome stuff.
Yeah.
So not a studio's name I recognize, but now I will.
Their anime, they're good every season, but their anime, they're good every few years. This is this is an every few years kind of good.
Yeah. Apart from the stuff that's recurring and comes My Hero Academia is back. Oh yeah, okay, that's good.
Non-shonen.
Demon Slayer, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
This is a really good non-shonen.
Yeah, those shows are cool.
Even though it has kind of a shonen feel.
Self-contained. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I think it's going to be really, really good. And I know I'm wrong a lot, but watch it for yourself. Okay, next one.
Wow, there's another. You just said the best one. What kind of trash are we going to talk about now?
Oh, no, there's two more. I was just going in. I was going in order of watching them.
All right, so let's get to it.
Saihate no Paladin.
Okay.
This is the only isekai I had to watch. And it's actually really cool because it's a mystery. And it's not even really isekai.
Okay.
Because he basically, it's a mystery. The guy can kind of remember his old life, but he basically died and was reincarnated as a baby in another world. Except he knows it.
Okay.
And he's being raised by, 3 demons. I mean, you got a ghost wizard.
Okay.
You got a giant skeleton
Okay.
who is like a warrior, and you got this like I don't know what the fuck she is.
Its trappings are good.
Yeah, and like it's the mystery part of it I thought was cool.
I like a good mystery.
And he like ages really fast. But they're like trying to train
Sounds
him.
unfortunate.
They're like well, I mean, he doesn't get like old or anything, but like, you know, in the first episode he goes from baby to like, you know, kind of old already. I'm sure that they're skipping ahead, but
Yeah, man, it's a montage. Get with it.
anyway, like they don't give you a lot of information. He's just trying to figure
Isekai
out.
show, mystery, guy gets reincarnated, raised by demons. That's cool.
They're trying
That's
to make,
cool.
They're
Okay.
trying to make him like some kind of magic super killer for some reason. I have no idea why.
Man, he's got to learn Hokuto Shinken or else.
Well, the three of them had to make like a pact with like the god of the dead to like hang around Earth and like do stuff. So they have some weird
that'll end
unfinished
well.
business. Anyway, I thought it was cool. Animation's good. Story's good so far. All likable characters. All things I asked for. Will it be good?
Name that one again.
Saihate no Paladin.
Hate the Paladin. All right. Check it out. The concept is intriguing. The window dressing sounds good. The general concept is been retread 1,000 times, but as we've always said, it doesn't matter as long as it's like done well.
That's literally everything I've described so far. So anyway, last one is Shiki Zakura.
Shiki Sakura. Hayaku Shiki?
It's basically Sentai.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like animated Sentai.
Okay. So
Basically, there's a huge disaster.
Dynazenon.
A zillion people die, but this one kid survives. He's the sole survivor of this disaster.
Okay.
Like, they think it's aliens. They're not sure. Some people think it's demons, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, who knows? Just
But
like
anyway,
UFOs now.
it's your standard. The kid's the last survivor, so he gets attacked by a demon who's wearing a weird... It's like a demon.
Oh, so they solved that, so it is a demon?
Yeah.
Not an alien? Okay.
Yeah, but the
Sure
demon
it's not an alien demon?
The demon's like bound to like, I don't know, a suit of like Sentai armor for some reason.
Sure.
And it like sucks the kid up. It's like, I'm gonna kill you or I'm gonna take you over. So anyway, it like sucks
Okay.
the kid up, and then
So he has to Asta it.
and then there's a random Sentai team, and he has to like keep the demon from killing the chick, and it's stock shit. But I was entertained.
Okay. So, Sentai show, a little bit of Black Clover, demon possession stuff.
There's a lot of people
on.
with different colored armor.
Yeah, man. I like Sentai. Listen, Dynazenon was great. Like
It's
I,
got
I love Sentai in animated form. so-
Exactly. It's got digital animation. It's not super noticeable. Every once in a while, you'll be
I'll
like,
be the judge of
"Eh."
that. I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, it's not at the
I wonder if
top
it has
of
those
the
bouncy
list.
buildings from Dynazenon.
Right.
They stay in one piece and kind of just bounce around the city.
No, I don't think it does. Anyway, entertaining concept. The animation was decent, aside from it being digital.
All right. Name that one more time. What's it called?
Shiki Zakura.
Shiki Sakura. All right. So if you're into Sentai, check it out.
So as of when we recorded this, which was a couple days before it comes out, that was everything that was out that I thought looked halfway decent.
In the year of our Lord 2021, on the 13th day of October,
Mhm.
that is what is out.
So next week, if there's more
That
stuff,
isn't stuff that's obviously like Lupin and stuff.
yeah,
watch Lupin for
Lupin
the
the
love of God.
Third 6 is out.
Yeah, part 6. You
Part
watch that.
6.
Watch Demon Slayer, obviously.
Oh, fucking
keep watching
World
Hero
Trigger
Academy.
season 3 is out. No one cares but me, but
No, but if you're into World Trigger, watch obviously stuff that's returning.
well, fucking World
watch it.
Trigger, like they did 70 episodes in like 2014. Then they're like, no, none for you. And then like last year, they're like, oh, season 2.
This is what I like about Japan, man. They'll bring
I'm
shit
like,
back.
okay, I'll take it.
Where's my last season of fucking Full Metal Panic?
Plus,
They were
when
so
it-
close.
When it came back out, like the second season had way better animation than the first season. So
No.
another on season
So
3.
close. Full Metal Panic. Make it happen.
Well, I know.
All right.
Will I survive long
Well, that's-
enough to
that's
see the
the
last
preview.
book animated?
That's the preview.
That's
of
a
this
preview.
season.
A lot of fucking good stuff so far.
I like the mercenary treasure hunting mecha versus kaiju. That sounds really good.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
I'm into that. All right. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the Hayao Miyazaki classic, the Studio Ghibli classics. This time, Studio Ghibli, not just Miyazaki.
You don't get a lot of just Miyazaki after Casa Cagliostro.
No, I think the only thing. Well, I could be wrong because there is some time there. I know Nausicaa is like pseudo Ghibli, like it
Oh, really?
was before, but most people consider it Ghibli because it's kind of all the same. Whatever. Anyway,
Whatever,
we'll
yeah.
talk about Nausicaa at some point because Nausicaa is also awesome. And there's a lot of, we talked about Idaten having a lot of Ava in it. There's a lot of Nausicaa in Ava too. Anyway, especially a lot of design stuff, which, it is what it is. Let's talk about Mononoke. Princess Mononoke. This was the first Ghibli movie I saw.
Oh yeah, definitely. the
So
first one I saw.
I may be biased because it is the first one I saw.
Yep, back in the 90s, man.
So Princess Mononoke. Let's talk about what happened. So Ashitaka. So it's not Warring States period. It's not even necessarily Japan. I mean, it is, but it isn't. It's kind of like a fantasy Japan.
Yeah.
Where
It's fantasy feudal Japan.
I can't remember the people's name, but Ashitaka is of this tribe of people that got kicked out forever ago, and everyone thinks they're dead. They're like artisans. And he's in this village, kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and he runs into this boar. So there's these gods, and they're just giant animals, basically giant, super intelligent
They're
animals.
forest gods. They defend all
forest
the
gods.
big
So
forests.
there's a boar that comes in, and it looks like a demon because it's just got all these nasty,
Crazy worm monsters.
worm
attached to
monsters
it.
all over it, these red eyes and 6 legs, and it's just awful. But once he attacks it a couple times, and he's riding a red elk, which is freaking awesome, which has ibex horns.
It's a goddamn ibex.
Whatever, it's awesome. So he's fighting this thing, trying to keep it from the village because obviously he wants to save his village. And while he's fighting it, he eventually kills it, and it was it's possessed by rage, basically this rage that made it evil because it's got this iron ball buried in it from, you'll find out later, from either a cannon or a like
An
a rifle,
ancient musket.
a giant musket rifle looking thing, right? A blunderbuss, if you will. And
Bruce.
so he gets infected in his arm from the rage. So he gets banished from his village and told, "Hey, go from where this thing came from, which is in the west."
Go investigate, but we can never talk to
Yeah,
you
but we'll
again.
never talk to you again because there's rules. Fucking rules. So he goes out to the west to go find this. So, he runs across villages getting attacked by samurais. So there's kind of like a lot of factions going on here. So there's him. No one's on his side because he's on nobody's side because no one's on his side.
Basically.
Right? Very Treebeard of him. And then he
Just
runs
him
into
and his
like
ibex.
he runs into samurai, and like his freaking like demon arm just blows people's heads off with arrows. Like,
Oh yeah, like shoots an arrow at somebody instead of it sticking into him. It just like lops limbs off.
it lops like his arms off. Another guy gets his head blown. This is a Miyazaki movie, but it's brutal. Like there's some nasty stuff in this movie. Like it's
yeah.
not super explicit, but it's
pretty gory.
it doesn't play. So the samurai attacking this village. He's obviously not happy with it, but he escapes from there. He eventually runs into that monk, our boy Billy Bob Thornton. Can't remember the monk's name in it, but he runs into this monk, and
Who's obviously sketchy.
he talks to him. Yeah, he's obviously sketchy. He comes up again later. The monk it turns out, has been charged by the emperor to cut off the head of the forest spirit, like the number one forest god that runs everything, and turns into this giant, like, ethereal creature in the night, the Night Walker. And eventually that happens, and all hell breaks loose. But Ashitaka eventually runs into first you're introduced to Mononoke, title character, right? It's a girl who's been raised by wolf gods in the forest, like a wolf goddess and her 2 sons, daughters, whatever. It's not very explicit. And
she acts like wolves.
you can't assume how it is. And she acts like wolves, and she thinks she's a wolf, so she's raised by wolves, man.
And she skitters about.
She's got that John Malin energy.
She's got bad manners.
And yeah, she's just kind of savage. But Ashitaka rescues some of these people. They get attacked. So the Irontown people are going through. You got Lady Eboshi, who so she's not evil. Like, the interesting thing is she's not very evil, right? Like, she went and found all these girls from brothels and saved them, all these lepers and saved them.
Basically, all the samurai and like the clans are fucking over all these people.
Yeah, it's all like warring states.
So
right?
she's like, "Screw you! I'm gonna make guns and all this shit, and I'm gonna like take.
I'm gonna
over.
hold up an Irontown." But to do that, she had to like
rape
take
the shit out of the forest.
Yeah, take part of the forest and kill some of the. And she shot the boar that got infected.
Yeah, she's trying to like get rid of the forest gods because then all the animals will become dumb and she could just like go in the forest.
Yeah, and
mine
do
the
what
shit
she
out
needs to
of
do
it,
and
whatever.
protect her people, right? Which are she's saved all these people from brothel, all these women from brothels, and all these lepers. So it's good because it's not, she's not completely evil. Like
She's kind of a sympathetic
The forest
character.
gods are kind of assholes too. Like they're not really all super chill. The main, forest spirit is, although he's creepy looking as fuck.
Fucking baboon face.
With his creepy human.
It's like a
baboon
deer
face.
with a humanish baboon
And
face.
a million antlers.
And a million antlers.
Very cool.
And kind of like weird chicken feet.
Yeah, he does have weird chicken feet. Anyway, Ashitaka saves her convoy gets like attacked by the wolves and Mononoke. And some of them fall down a cliff. There's some oxen and some of the people fall down a cliff. Ashitaka comes across them, saves them, runs into Mononoke. They have an exchange. And then he goes back to the village, to Irontown. And, he's accepted in Irontown because he saved some of their people. Although that one guy wants to kill him all the time for no particular reason.
Yeah.
And then it just, it goes back and forth on where, what's Ashitaka doing? Like the arms taking him over more. It makes him more powerful. It makes him stronger. You do all sorts of crazy feats of strength. You can get shot and not die immediately. But eventually Mononoke, she's going to attack the town because she's got to attack the town. And
he's trying to keep these three factions from killing each other.
Exactly. He's trying to play peacemaker. And it's an impossible task.
And his tribe lives with the forest, so he's trying to make sure the forest.
He's trying to get can't we all just get along here? Do we really have to do this? I get that the hatred is from old times. I get that you've all wronged each other, but can we just let it go? The whole message is about just let it go. If you let it go, it can all work out. It doesn't really work out that well for the forest spirits, but it is what it is. So anyway. I'm not going to get into too much more because you get into spoilers. It's one of those movies, so I'll start getting into the stuff I like about it. It's one of those movies where you kind of just disappear into the world of the movie.
Oh yeah, epic world building.
It's got a lot of slow scenes. It's got a lot of just walking through forests and checking stuff out. And you know what? It doesn't feel slow. You just
nah, not at all.
You're engrossed by it. It's the world building is great. It's really cool, and it's so fucking pretty.
Yeah, the animation's amazing.
Yeah. Not just the designs and not just the color palette, but the animation itself is pretty.
Very nice.
It's very well done.
It's got a real classic story, too. Just the,
hero's journey going on.
Yeah, but beyond that, it's just how much progress is really necessary? And what is progress? You know what I mean? Progress at what cost? Right?
Yeah.
And it's that whole, I don't want to say progressivism versus conservatism because that makes it kind of political, but it's that kind of vibe, though. It's just
there's a little bit of that.
How much do you maintain the old way at the cost of progress, and how much do you progress at the cost
Should humans dominate the earth? And it's
a
a way more murky question when, you have animal forest gods that are clearly hyper intelligent.
Yeah, they're sentient. They know what's up. They're
not, we can't have this argument are dolphins smart or whatever. No, these are they can talk.
Yeah. And can you just take shit because you can? Should you just take shit because you can?
And what about if you're trying to, carve out a place for a bunch of people that you saved and they're your people, they're humans, right? And you have to use the forest to carve out your space for those people, so you're screwing them over, but you're trying to protect yourself from the other humans, the samurai that are rampaging around. So there's a nice
it really works because there's three factions.
And the third faction, I mean, let's be clear, the samurai faction isn't very. They're more kind of just almost a MacGuffin.
They are.
They're just
they're a plot device, but a very good
one. They're a plot device, exactly. They're to create tension and be the third faction, but there's no character building. There's no characters in there. I don't even know if they say any names among them. It doesn't matter.
So.
They're just there to be the rampaging bandits.
I think there's
faction.
one, the head guy they mentioned a bunch of times.
I mean, the third faction is almost the Emperor's faction with the monk, the Billy Bob monk.
That sneaky fuck.
Yeah, he's a sneaky bastard.
But anyway, it's a perfectly written story.
It's a very good
zero
story.
Plot holes. Every character does exactly what they should
Things
do.
make sense, right?
Yeah,
Characters
it doesn't feel weird
sense.
at all. It's really good.
And did we mention it's gorgeous? It is gorgeous. It's great to look at. I don't think there's a 4K out of it yet. I really want one. There's a Blu-ray.
If there was, I would own it.
Yeah. No, there is a 4K for Cagliostro, but I don't know. I mean, listen, I would just buy a Ghibli collection with all the Miyazaki Ghibli stuff in 4K.
Oh, definitely.
Easily. Even though, some of the later ones I'm not as big a fan of. Like, Howl's Moving Castle is not my favorite movie. Even though it's all right, it's not my favorite movie.
Yeah, I was super into it. Spirited Away, not a big fan.
Yeah, Spirited Away is, I'm half and half. Spirited Away will always be, it's hard for me because it's the one I watched after Mononoke. Mononoke is so goddamn good.
Yeah, it's hard to follow that.
I think Spirited Away is excellent. I got to watch it again now with years removed, although not right now because I just watched Mononoke again and I want to make the same mistake. Right. But I think it's good in its own right. But Mononoke is, to me,
it's my favorite Miyazaki movie. Well, it's my favorite Ghibli Miyazaki movie.
Yeah, it's either that or Nausicaa. I got to watch Nausicaa again.
Yeah, it's true.
Because those, to me, it's Nausicaa and it's Mononoke for the Ghibli, pseudo-Ghibli stuff, and then Castle Cagliostro. Those are my 3 Miyazaki movies that are like, you have to watch them. Now, that doesn't mean like, listen, Castle in the Sky is awesome.
They're all good, I mean.
Kiki's Delivery Service is awesome. The Cat Returns is awesome. My Neighbor Totoro is they're all good. Porco Rosso, like, they're all good.
It's just, it's the same with like, old school Disney movies from we were kids.
That golden era. It really is like the golden era.
Every single one of them is good. I have my, my top 3.
But Mononoke, like I said, maybe I'm just biased because it's one of the first ones I saw. Maybe because it is a little more adult. Like that and Nausicaa are a little more adult.
Nausicaa's pretty savage.
I think.
Yeah.
I like Nausicaa. Nausicaa, man, the freaking Blade Master. I love that guy.
I'm a Blade man.
That guy's the best. He just pops on that ship and he starts knifing fools. Anyway, we're not talking about Nausicaa this time. We'll talk about another time.
Anyway, there's no reason to not watch this movie.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not even going to ask you what you don't like about it because what's there not to like about Mononoke?
Honestly, anybody listening to this has probably seen it. But if you haven't, do yourself a favor. Stream it somewhere.
Yeah, if you've kind of dismissed Ghibli stuff as being kind of childish.
Isn't it on HBO Max? I think that's where
it was on HBO Max.
Yeah.
At least the dub is, not the sub. But if you're not into, if you've maybe dismissed Ghibli stuff because it's not really your thing or it's childish or whatever, which some people do, check out Mononoke. Princess Mononoke is excellent. It's an excellent movie.
Yeah, it's not like Little Kitty either.
It's
just a good ass movie.
It's just a really good movie. I like it a lot.
I dig it. Anyway, I can go on gushing about it forever, but
I think we've said enough.
Anyway, until next time.
Well, that's all for today, everyone. We'd like to thank all of you for tuning into another episode of the Gaijin Animation Appreciation Hour. Please remember to like and subscribe, and may your entertainment be always, entertaining.